In this video, I'm going to break down exactly how, as a coach or creator, you are going to be able to scale your business to $50,000 a month right on Instagram. So let's get into it. If you've been trying to figure out exactly what to do, what strategy you need, I'm going to show you exactly how to stop working so hard and actually build a business that not only you love, but also gives you joy. Because what's the point of making all this money if we don't have any joy? So if you're new here, my name is Sissy Hudson. I'm an online business coach, marketing mentor, ads expert, and honestly, your favorite hype girl. I'm all about it. And I want you to be successful, and I want you to do it in a way that aligns with your life and not in a way that holds you back. So let's get into it. Let's talk about all the steps that I have for you. I'm going to give you a little bit of mindset, a little bit of identity, and then, of course, some strategy, because what would it be, a Latisse video, without strategy? So let's get into it. The first thing that I need you to understand and decide is that you have to selfishly make a decision. Just like you get out of bed every single day, you need to make a decision that $50,000 a month is it's not the limit, right? It's the floor, okay? And your vision is the limit. So you have to wake up every single day and decide that that's what you're going to do for your life and your business, point blank, mother freaking period. The other thing that I need you to think about as a creator or as a coach, a lot of you are trying to sell offers that people don't really want. Okay. So that's why you're getting inconsistent results, right? Or you're getting clients that you don't love to work with, or students that you don't love to work with, and they're giving you hell. So instead of, you have free will. So instead of working with people like that, look at your skill set and your expertise and decide you're going to do something different. Okay. So you don't need to explain yourself to people why you want to make this much money. I remember one of my exes told me when I hit my first $100,000 cash month back in 2021, this person said, I don't understand why you need to make so much money. Okay. Well, that was coming from their insecurity. And that really spiraled me for several months. And looking back, I wish I knew who I was, because I let that person pull me down. Now, when people look at me a certain way or wonder why I have a certain lifestyle, I don't try to explain myself. I simply say because I want to, and I move on. I know my reasons. I know what I'm doing with my money. I know how I'm changing my life, my family's life, my friends' lives, and the people that need me. I don't need to explain anything to you. Okay. So what we're going to stop doing in 2025 and beyond is explaining yourself. So set your number, right? And decide that it's going to be the floor, right? And not the limit. Okay. So that's the first thing I need you guys to understand. Because I want to is a perfectly right answer. And you setting that goal and rehearsing it and recycling it in your brain every single day is so important. So the first tangible thing that I also want you to do now when we think about getting to $50,000 a month is I want you to understand that in order to build a business that brings you profit, that brings you joy, you have to first take care of yourself. So one of the most tactical things that you can do right now is take out however you manage your calendar. And if you don't manage your calendar, sign up for Google Calendar. It's completely free. If you're a business owner, you probably already have that. But I want you to take out your Google Calendar, and I want you to schedule out your lunch breaks. I want you to schedule in some of your workouts, not every single one. I want you to schedule in your vacations that you know for sure that you want to take the rest of the year. Doesn't matter if the money's not there yet or the plans aren't fully there. At least put the dates inside of your calendar, okay? Because this signals to the universe, signals to God, whatever you call it, that you are open to receiving that, and you're making space for good to come in and great energy and the ability to take care of yourself. Okay. So at the end of the day, you got to get this mapped out, because in order for you to build a business that you love, you first have to have a life that you love. And we can't be putting our wants and needs on the back burner to build our business. It has to work in tandem, and it has to work in sync. Okay. So work on your business, of course, but work on yourself first. And the woman that does that will yield far greater results than the woman that's constantly putting herself in the back burner. So self-care, dental appointments, vacations, all of it needs to be plugged into your calendar. It doesn't need to be concrete, but it needs to be loosely planned so that you have an idea of what your schedule is going to look like. Because when we think about capacity, I talk about capacity so much. Capacity is, you will, depending on how you manage your work, in order to grow your capacity, you have to give yourself constraints. Okay. And just like you've in the past worked a 40-hour-a-week job, you get 40 hours a week to get that job done. Right. So you'll get it done in 40 hours, and half the time you could probably got it done in half the time. Okay. So at the end of the day, in your business, if you want to work 20 hours a week, make that the standard, period. No more, no less. You're working 20 hours a week, and then we're going to fit everything into that capacity. Okay. The next thing that we're going to focus on is we're going to stop letting comparison steal our joy. We're going to stop. You're going to stop looking at all these other people on Instagram or social media that are, maybe ahead of you or behind you or where you think you should be. You're not going to compare your day 100 to their day 999. Okay, that's what you're not going to do. Instead, we're going to look at Instagram as a place of where we do business. We're going to look at Instagram as a place of magic. We're going to look at Instagram as a place of possibility, dreams, and not a place where they go to die. We're going to look at Instagram as a place of where they actually come true. Okay. You're going to meet your best clients. You're going to meet some of your best friends. You're going to, I met my partner on Instagram. So Instagram is a magical place and we're going to stop deeming it otherwise. Okay. So that's what you need to start to shift your mindset into, is that Instagram is a place of business. It's a place of joy. It's a place of fun. It's a place you retreat. It's a place of all those pieces. Instagram is about to radically change your life and your business. Declare it and decree it right now. Okay. Accept it, internalize it, and know that Instagram is about to change your life, period. Okay. So now let's kind of talk about your whole business model. At the end of the day, when we think about getting to $50,000 a month as a creator or a coach, right? You have to understand that you have to have the right business model to match the vibe, and not just match the vibe, to match your energy, to match your lifestyle, to match your goals. You have to have the right business model that fits that. Too often we are operating in business models that don't let us up, right? I know for me in 2023, early 2024, I was like, maybe I should just sell all digital products. And I did do that for a little bit, but I didn't find joy in that. B, I felt like a little bit empty inside, and I was happy that we were making sales and people were loving the products. We were getting great testimonials, but I felt a little bit, honestly, just empty inside. And I missed interacting with people. I missed the depth that coaching and consulting brought to my life and my business. So I decided that, hey, it doesn't have to be this either or. It doesn't have to be I only sell digital products or only sell high ticket. It can be both. So when I think about, for most of us, both is going to actually be the answer. Now, for some people, depending on your life, if you have a bunch of kids or you have low capacity or whatever, chronic illnesses that are extreme, then maybe just digital products is for you. Perhaps you don't like the feeling of just selling something and moving on. So maybe just high ticket is for you. But I think just kind of like sexuality, everything's on a spectrum. And I fully believe that in business specifically, we don't have to choose. You get to do both. So I want you to internalize what you really, really want. And let's lead with that business model. Because personally, for me, I want big money that comes into my business every single week, every single day. And I also want those like small dopamine hits, because I know somebody on the other side is getting results. Somebody on the other side is taking that next step, and it all adds up in a way strategically, though. It's not just random guessing. We have a plan around how we're going to sell these different offers. So personally, having a coaching and consulting offer plus digital products is the right business model for me. And I kind of do it usually 60-70% high ticket, the other 30-40 digital products. And that honestly works for me. So make a decision. Okay. It's your business. You do whatever the hell you want to do. You don't got to listen to anybody else about it. You make the decision, you know your capacity. Okay. And at the end of the day, having a business model that lights you up is the most important, because it's the foundation, right? It's just like you wouldn't want to start a relationship off on the rocks, somebody not being honest with you. You don't want to grow your business in a way where you're not honest with yourself about your wants and your needs. Okay. It's okay. I promise you, this is your 7-figure upgrade. Okay. Next, I need you guys to really focus on doing the math. I think so often we set these like, and at 50K, honestly, and it's because I've done it so many times, it is a really audacious and big goal. And like, you're the 1% of the 1%. And I also want you to know, it's like, again, it's the floor, it's not the limit. So you have to do the math. And I'm not a math girly. I sometimes avoid math like the plague, but your girl's on her own. It's multiple 7-figure upgrade. And looking at numbers is really important as you're growing your business. So in order to be successful, we have to reverse engineer. So I want you to look at this number, $50,000, whatever the number may be, and I want you to reverse engineer back. Okay. So I'm just going to give you an example here of some numbers. So say your goal is 50,000, beautiful, bada bing, bada bing. Okay. So if you're a coach or a digital product creator, and maybe you're a content creator, obviously you're going to factor in brand deals, but let's just say like for the average, creator, coach, etc. online, for money that you can control, because brand deals, you kind of can't control that. You can control your own sold products a little bit better. So what you could do is at $50,000 a month, if you have a group program, which I recommend, group programs are great. And I'm looking at the numbers here. You would have 20 clients at $2,000 a month. You might be like, Latice, who the hell is going to pay me $2,000 a month? A lot of people. So don't sweat it. We will get there. Okay. But 20 clients at $2,000 a month. That ends up at $40,000 reoccurring every single month. That ends up coming in. Okay. Now, obviously, you're gonna have clients that pay in full, yada yada, but we're just talking about like the lowest possible entry point for your clients inside of these offers. From there, that's at 40K. Then from there, you could do like one VIP day or one intensive at $5,000, spend a half day or full day with the client in person or virtually, your choice. Okay. Then from there, you still have to make $5,000 more. So you can do about 26 digital product sales at $197. You can sell that through your email. We'll talk about how to sell these things, but that's basically the math. Okay. So pick your combination and run with it. Okay. You're not maybe going to hit it every single month in the exact coordination, but you should have a rough idea of what you want to do and how you want to do it and where you want your income streams coming from. Okay. But you have to have the offers to place people in. Okay. The next thing I want you to do is we want to look at your entire business as this one signature process. Okay. So everything that you do, every single thing that you do is going to lead back to your core framework, basically your values. Okay. So for me, inside of my business, at the core of my business, what I'm really passionate about and love helping people with, right, from an external standpoint, is I love helping my clients make money. But I have a very unique value proposition and a unique vehicle on doing that. I help my clients specifically do that in a way where I'm helping you generate leads on autopilot by leveraging ads, funnels, and organic content, right? So I'm doing it with a very strategic process. So what I want you to do is every offer should be a sliver of that pie. So figure out your core identity that you want to be known for. So people come to me like, oh, you want Instagram ads, go to Latisse. Oh, you want organic content, go to this person. Oh, you want YouTube, go to, it used to be like Vanessa Lau and Sunny Lenarduzzi. Like those are the things that you want to think about. You want these brand identifiers. So you needed to figure out what that is for your unique niche and your brand. From there, you want to create this signature training that's about 25 to 30 minutes. It's I call it a mini course, a video sales letter, whatever you want to call it. And this training is so valuable. The reason why is because it's going to take your ideal clients through a series of questions, right? It's going to take them through these 5 questions essentially, right? 1, what's the actual problem that you're solving for? 2, it's going to take them through why they have been unsuccessful in the past based off of pain points. It's unsustainable. It's not aligned for them. It's difficult. Whatever the pain point is, you should know your ideal client back and forth. The third thing is what's your unique solution. So for me, helping my clients make money online, get clients, get sales, get brand deals, all the things, right? I teach them how to grow their audience and visibility with ads so people can find them. So they're not chasing for clients. That's my unique vehicle. Okay. The fourth question that you want to ask is like that this video sales letter mini course is solving is why they should trust you, right? So credibility, testimonials, case studies, etc. And then the fifth question that you're really answering inside of this training mini course is what are the next steps to solve the problem? So this is a call to action because what we need to do, I always give this example, is like if you're on the edge of a movie, right? What's that? You want to know what's next. So you want them to come into your world and feel so damn good and feel so pumped up and not just inspired, but inspired to take action and ready to buy, that you give them exact steps on what to take next, which is to apply to work with you or send you a DM for more information. Okay. In my world, we don't do sales calls. Okay. But you want to give them that next step. So this video sales letter is like Bible. It's where any new lead that finds you from a reel, from YouTube, from your ads, from on the street, they're going to come through this process and all roads lead back to this framework. This is your proactive marketing in motion. It's automated. It's running 24/7. It's bada bing, bada bang. Okay. So every single person that comes to you, instead of them having to sift through 100 pieces of Instagram content, they're going to go through this one video that truly encompasses all that you do in one shot. Okay. Because if you only had one shot, one presentation, one chance, you want this to be the best damn video on the planet. Okay. So this is what's going to break down your unique methods, your process, and they're going to feel so confident and empowered by the end of it. Now, will they need additional touch points? Sure. Will they need reminders? Sure. But a ready to buy lead, a ready to buy client, if they see that video, they're going to be like ready to buy. So we have to realize that there's people that are ready to buy, a small percent, 1 to 3%. The other 97% need different touch points. That's okay. But that video it's like Bible, it's your anchor. It's like your pathway to how they can find out more about you, your offer, and how you can help them. Okay. So this video should be running 24/7, 365, always available. The next thing I want you guys to think about is you need to get out of the mind drama when it comes to the algorithm. Okay. So first off, we're going to thank Big Daddy Zuck. Okay, we're gonna thank him because he created ads. I'm about it. But also, I'm not gonna have you guys sift through this mind drama when it comes to Instagram. Okay, at the end of the day, it is what it is. The algorithm. The better quality content you make, the better reach you'll get. But that's not always the case. Okay, I know I make some damn good content, and sometimes the reach doesn't reflect. So instead, I'm gonna force my content to go mini viral. Right? I'm not gonna sit here and play stupid games. I'm just gonna win great prizes. Okay, and I'm gonna get to my people because that's my destiny on this planet. It's to get to my people, and I don't care how I got to get there, but I'm not going to burn myself out. I'm not going to work 80 hours a week to do it. I'm just going to use the tools that Facebook and Instagram have already given us, which is ads. Okay. So instead of fighting with the algorithm, bing, 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 you're going to run 15, 30, 50, $100 a day in ads, whatever your budget allots, you're going to bring people to you. Okay. Because now you're cutting through the noise. People that click on ads have intent. When somebody has intent, that means that they have intent to solve the problem. If somebody has intent to solve their problem, that means they're more than likely a good fit, whether it's right now or later. They are probably somebody that's very interested in working with you in some sort of capacity because they have urgency and they have intent. Okay. That's what ads do for you. Regular organic social media, people aren't necessarily looking to solve their problem right then and now. But with ads, if you click an ad, right, to go to a website, you're like, damn, I really like that dress, or dang, I really need to go to that chiropractor. You have intent. Okay. So it's buyer psychology to the max, and it's doing it very ethically and very beautifully. And it gives you time back in your life. Okay. So let these idle clients come to you. Stop chasing them. The next thing I want you guys to think about is we kind of already touched on this, but like you don't need a content calendar. Instead, your content that you create a few times a week, use YouTube specifically as an anchor and then let everything drive back to this. Instead of having this like crazy content calendar, stressing her out, Notion boards this, Asana boards that, bump all that. I want you to pour your content from your soul, from your brain, from your skill set, from your experiences, from your lessons, right? I want you to show the whole gamut because what you can do if you're constantly giving tips and tricks and banging your head against the wall, right? It's not actually activating people to move. Instead, you want to tap into how your idle client's feeling because you were them, you were her. Okay. And then you want to share from that perspective. That's going to get people to be activated. That's going to get people to move. Okay. You're going to use all those pieces that make you so beautiful and you so powerful. And you're going to share that. And that's going to get people throwing 15, 20, $30,000 at you, right? Like not no questions asked, but like they're going to be like, hell yeah, you know what you're talking about because you get me. And that's going to be the single-handed, like biggest driver, obviously results, but like single-handed biggest driver outside of that is that you understand and see them. Okay. So you're going to use YouTube specifically to be an anchor and you're going to distribute that across multiple platforms. Okay. You're going to master content distribution. That's where most people get stuck, right? So we've got the traffic coming in, we've got our anchor, but we need to distribute that content. You are a personal branded media company, whether you like it or not, you are. So we can't just only like Instagram is like the hub, but YouTube is that like anchor. It's that like stake in the ground. It's where you're going to get more bang for your buck. And then you're going to use Instagram to distribute. You're going to use email to distribute, to get that content in front of your people over and over again. Okay. And you'll also use ManyChat specifically. I love, and you can also use stand automations. ManyChat's a little bit more advanced, but I like both. And you're going to use that to distribute these YouTube videos. You're going to use that to distribute your offers, right? So Instagram is that like full sales cycle. All of that starts and ends on Instagram, where they find you, where they get nurtured by you because you're sending them off platform, but back to platform to have a conversation with you. And then they can enroll right in the DMs. Okay. So whether you're gallivanting around Europe for 2 weeks or you're in bed sick, you're going to have your business working for you and you're not going to be burning out in the process because everything's working for you, not against you. Okay. Now that you're proactive in your marketing, right? Because you're not reactive, waiting for people to, get on a sales call or waiting for somebody to click on a link. You're constantly cycling people through your sales ecosystem. You get to say goodbye, feel good to sales calls. You also get to ditch the heavy energy of like, where's the next client coming from? Where's the lead coming from? Because you actually have a strategy, a marketing strategy that is simple and pretty straightforward to execute, just requires consistency. And when I think about ready to buy clients, right, they don't need a sales call to buy. They just need a link to pay, period. And you've created this ecosystem. And I was talking to somebody last week, a new client of mine. She's like, I hate selling. I'm like, you don't hate selling. You hate the reactiveness of what selling can do if you don't have a right marketing strategy in place. But I just gave you the whole mother freaking play flag on the play. I just gave it to you. So when we think about this all together, you have your offer, of course, right? And you can have some digital products, your core offers, but they all lead back to the same road. You're creating this offer pathway. So for me, I have leads on autopilot, which is my signature offer, but then I have these micro offers, emails that convert, ads that convert, sell with docs. I have these smaller offers that solve a microcosm of a problem, right? And then it leads into leads on autopilot. And then for my highest level clients, if they're just like, I just want to work with you one-to-one, then they can jump into one-to-one. Okay. So it all like spider webs out, but it leads back to that core framework of like, I'm going to help you install a marketing and sales system in your business that gets you off of sales calls, live launches, and allows you to grow your following, your email list, and bring clients to you instead of you chasing them. That's my core message. And it's congruent throughout every single thing that I do, period. Okay. Because I know that at a foundational piece, that's what makes your life better. It gives you more joy, it gives you more money, it gives you more ability to like live your life fully. And like without that system, you're going to fail point blank on the freaking period, because you're going to drive yourself crazy. You're going to get overwhelmed. You're going to feel like you're starting from scratch every month, and we don't want that. Okay. And so you're going to just bump that. So the last little piece here, you guys, about getting to 50K on Instagram is like, if you want to convert clients even faster, right? You have to constantly be top of mind. You have to reactivate. You guys have ever clicked on something on a website and then 2 minutes later you're on your phone and you're like, damn, I just clicked on that on Fashion Nova over here. And now it's like, I was on the website, now it's in my newsfeed. Now they're in my Google inbox. Those are called retargeting ads. So retargeting ads are a really powerful way to stay top of mind. You can run those for like $5 or $10 a day. And then also, in order to remind people consistently of how you can help them, because not every single person right away is going to be ready to spend $10,000. That's okay. But as long as you stay top of mind, they had some sort of intent. So if you can keep scratching that itch over and over again, sell them something small, sell them something a little bit bigger, and then they get into your high ticket, because some buyers just naturally ascend better that way versus the big daddy. Like for me, give me the $30,000 thing, let's go, for the most part. But some people aren't that way, and that's okay. So you're optimizing your business model and your marketing sales system for both buyers that are ready to spend $20, $15, $10,000 with you, $30,000, and the people that are like, I need to dip my toe in, I need a little appetizer, run me the $97 thing. Okay. But if you want to reactivate these people, selling your digital products consistently every single week through email, through stories, retargeting ads, powerful. And then you can also reactivate your entire database, your existing audience, your email list, by doing what I call pop-up Q&A. So I'm going to do a training on that on YouTube a little bit deeper, because it's been crushing it lately. I'm going to teach that. It's such a low lift way to reactivate people and just hold space for them, because honestly, so many people are so passive only now that people are like so shocked when you get them face to face. So that's that, you guys. A pop-up training, it's not a formal launch. It gets people reactivated, re-engaged, and ready to make a move. Okay. So at the end of the day, you guys, getting to 50K on Instagram it's about holding the energy. It's about understanding that you get paid to exist in your brilliance. And you also, like, when you have this strategy in place, there's no guessing. There's no what ifs. There's no, I don't know. It's all comes together. Okay. So at the end of the day, when you sell all the time, selling feels easy. When you have a plan, it feels easy. When you know what you're doing, it feels easy. You are making it hard right now by throwing spaghetti at the wall, by guessing on what post to post today, by trying to figure out how you can DM and follow for follow. Like, that shit is so 2018. We got to stop it. If you are big 7-figure energy, you have to understand that a plan is going to set you free. It's the most feminine thing you can do. It's the most strategic thing that you can do. And it's the safest thing that you can do to eliminate risk in your business. Okay. So you get to have a life full of joy. You get to rest. You get to go on vacation. You get to have a business that works for you, even when you're not working. And that's always the goal. Okay. 50K months are not far off from you. You're right on the cusp of it. It's about trading in the current life that you have and business that you have for the new one, and realizing that it gets to be easier. It gets to be exactly what you want it to be. And you got to let the old shit go to let the new shit in. Okay. So hopefully you found this video super helpful. You guys, 50K on Instagram, whether you're a coach or creator, boils down to how bad do you want to change your life and your business, and opening yourself up to receive. Because at the end of the day, like, your life will radically change forever if you just decide. So I'm going to go ahead and link my entire training, breaking down a little bit more tangibly the step-by-step process. And then if you're like, Latisse, this sounds like so bomb, DM me the word info. If you're ready to get to 20K, 30K plus months 50K, whatever the number is, the number is actually irrelevant. What's more relevant is that you have the process in place so you can scale your business up, down, side to side, however you want it. And you know you have a repeatable process day in and day out that brings you leads, brings you clients, and gets you excited to get out of bed every single day, where your work no longer feels like work too much and you actually get to like truly live a life that's meaningful. So go ahead and check the link below for my full 30-minute mini course training on this whole Leads on Autopilot system in the business model. And then if you're like, yes, I'm in, I'm ready, I need your support, DM me the word info. This is only for people that are ready though. It is an investment, but DM me the word info. We could talk about options to work together and get you on the path to your next level upgrade. So I hope you found this video helpful. Let Instagram change your life. It's changed mine. And I can't wait to see you in my DMs. Talk to you guys soon. Bye.